say. My joke with my opening line for the first 30 seconds is we were going to talk about your finger.
Okay.
In the missing edge bander.
Yeah, I'd rather not if we don't have to.
Okay. Well, we just did.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Let's see those dirty
So,
paws.
missing some digits.
But that's what makes you a really good woodworker, though.
It makes you a seasoned woodworker, I
Makes
suppose.
you a very
it's not
seasoned
ideal.
woodworker.
It's not ideal. I'll just go there.
You know what? You lost it for like almost like the sport of the game. I mean, you're like a diehard here. You're a legend.
I was focused on getting the job out, and not so much on safety. So.
Well, we put some things into place. We've got some better edge banding equipment.
Sure.
Stuff from 1980 doesn't necessarily cut it anymore in the world of woodworking. But so we've got some safety measures in place. But we thank you for your sacrifice here, and definitely glad to have you. Did you hear about the woodworker who died when they jumped into a vat of varnish?
I have not. Tell me about it.
Well, it was a terrible death, but a beautiful finish. And here we go. Let's start us off with Cabinetry 101 this morning at 9:15 on Wednesday morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stephanie with Abacus Cabinetry, and today I have with me a special guest is Kolby with Austin Hardwoods. Kolby, thank you so much for joining us. You guys deal in all of our all of our hardwoods, anything from the simple stuff to the more complicated to even the rare woods. Thank you so much for joining us. Would you kind of tell our audience a little bit about Austin Hardwoods?
Yeah, absolutely. So hi, I'm Kolby Smith. I work over at Austin Hardwoods, which is just a mile down the road from here.
Very close.
Very close
and convenient.
to Abacus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been a good trade partner for a long time. Austin's been in business in Denver since 1979. We're just a one-of-a-kind, locally owned shop. We do plywood. We sell Roseburg plywoods. We have hardwoods from all over the country and all over the world. We make custom moldings.
You guys do it quite a bit.
Countertop glue ups, you name it. So.
And stair treads. I got my stair treads from you guys, so thank you very much. Let's kind of jump into like a lot of this the stuff that you brought here with us today. Let's start with just the basics. These are some of the more common samples of wood that we see out there in the field, and then we'll kind of dive into some of the more middle of the road stuff, and then also some of the exotic stuff that you guys sell. What did you bring with us?
So we've got some knotty alder. I got some cherry, some poplar, some maple, and some red oak. Some of this, the more basics.
Okay.
Commonly used. Over at Abacus here, we used to use a lot of this knotty alder.
And you guys, what were you guys typically using a lot of the knotty alder for?
Our shaker doors.
Okay.
The face frame cabinetry, that sort of thing.
I like it.
We actually do, tongue and groove moldings out of them.
Okay.
So
and is it more of a harder hardwood to work with, or on the scale?
It's on the softer side, a little bit lighter. You can generally tell how hard it is by the weight. Lighter, easy to work with, cuts very well. Just machines easily. It takes stain very well. It's beautiful with a clear coat.
Okay.
So.
And then compared to, this is like one of the more common ones that we typically buy from you guys, and this is the poplar. We typically do a lot of face frame cabinetry out of the poplar. It's on a hard scale between.
Definitely softer than the maple or the oaks.
Okay.
So takes paint very well. You can stain it. Typically you want to use a darker stain on a poplar. You get this green coloring and the white coloring in there. So yeah, it will stain up very well, but a little bit darker. Otherwise, that green will show through sometimes.
Okay.
So.
And then I hear you have a favorite option up here on this board.
Yeah.
And in your opinion, if you were a decorator, everybody's house would be done in cherry. Is that true?
I do love the cherry wood. Just beautiful stuff. It's pretty affordable compared to some of the others. Yeah.
What makes the cherry so, I guess, becoming to you? And Kolby is not a designer. That's not why we have
This
him on
is
the show
very
today.
true, so.
But if it was your choice, every house in Denver would probably be made out of a
I
cherry.
won't go that far, but yeah, I do love this stuff. It's beautiful wood. It's very easily workable. It's very clean. Yeah, it's just it's a great wood. Doesn't get used enough, in my opinion.
I love it. And then what else we got here? This is also white oak, is that right?
This is red oak, actually.
Red oak.
Just plain sawn red oak. Very commonly used.
Where do you guys typically source your red oak from?
Oh, I don't know exactly. A lot of our stuff, we get woods out of, out east, Atlanta area. We get woods out of
Okay.
Oregon. We get, a lot of this obviously comes from, out east, northeast, south. Yeah, just kind of all over the country. But,
Okay, I like it.
so, and your maple, stains well too. Some stainers would say they don't like working with it very much, but it's a very good hard wood, very sturdy. Yeah, a little
Easy
hard
to work with,
A little
yeah.
hard to work with,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, it's nice, good stuff.
Awesome. Well, I'd like to really dig into a little bit more of some of these, like not so common options that you see. I know you brought this guy with you.
So it's just a piece of calico hickory right here. You can see
This is beautiful too.
similar to the poplar, you get some variations in the color. You get the real blonde color here, and then the darker color, kind of a more rustic look.
Yeah, something like that would stand up. I could see that in more of like the cabinetry up in the mountaintop
For
areas,
sure,
but you can
absolutely.
really modernize it too.
Yeah, and then we have this. This is actually called a bark pocket hickory, one of my favorites that we sell. Very rustic.
More than the cherry.
I got lots of favorites. So I've been in the wood business for a while, so yes.
All right, and these little pinholes right here. Do you guys? We've had a couple designers come to us and ask if we can fill these with resin, and we've definitely done that in the past, and it comes out with some beautiful looks, especially with the peaking in the wood. Is that what you refer to that as?
I mean, it's a bark pocket is
A
what
bark
we call
pocket,
it. So
okay.
it's a knot. It's a little bit of exposed bark,
Okay.
Beautiful stuff. And yeah, what you said, the epoxy, very popular trend right now. The clear fill or the colorful fill into that stuff. Yeah.
Do you guys see a lot of requests for tables out of this?
Not so much in the hickory. This
Okay.
is more of a cabinet door or furniture. It's very hard stuff, very sturdy.
You told me this earlier that this guy is one of the more sought after for designers recently.
Yeah, white oak in general, very popular right now.
And that's what we've
And
got
there's lots of. I brought like 3 different cuts of the white oak here. So between the,
I'm just gonna hold this
if
up.
we can do this here, between
I bet we
the
can.
plain sawn white oak here.
Okay, this is the plain sawn.
This is a plain
Okay.
sawn. This is a rift cut, and then this is a quarter sawn here. They all have a very different look to them. A lot of people don't really know the difference, but it's just kind of how it's cut out of the tree.
When you say how it's cut out of the tree, could you kind of dive into that a little bit?
Yeah, so basically on a rift cut, you're kind of seeing a cross section of the growth rings in the tree,
Okay.
kind of on a bit of an angle.
All right.
So you get the real straight lines. Where the quarter sawn has this flecking in it, that's these little, I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pick these up, but there's kind
if
of
we
this
face it
little,
this way, it will.
perhaps.
All
These
right.
little flecks, this comes from basically a straight cross section of
So
the
you're
tree.
basically, if you're looking at
So
a
there's
tree,
these
it's just
little
cut.
rays that come out from the center of the log, and you're basically seeing those little rays kind of just cut right in half.
Okay, that's super
That
unique.
makes that
yeah.
funny, that weird look to it.
And this is, and what was it called again?
Quarter sawn.
Quarter sawn.
Yep.
Okay. Or
Rift sawn and plain sawn.
and plain sawn.
So
Is that coarse sawn? Or
Quarter.
like slurred together?
quarter
sawn.
Like
like a quarter hind. I got it. I got it. Okay.
The other favorite right now of designers and a beautiful, unique wood is walnut.
We see a lot of this. Walnut's a beautiful wood.
And even in the walnut, they have some different cuts as well. I only brought just a kind of a basic version here. This is just the plain sawn.
And these also come in the coarse sawn, plain sawn, and what am I forgetting?
Yeah, the walnut, you'll get the kind of the rift cut with the real straight lines to it, or you'll get the plain sawn. You won't get a quarter sawn really in the walnut.
Okay.
That I'm aware of.
Okay. That's good to know. That's good to know. So there's basically only 2 different ways that you can get the walnut cut that looks kind of decent. And then what do we got here?
So
What's
this is a piece
big
of
guy?
sapele.
Wow.
It is
sapele come out of?
It is I believe a South American hardwood. It's a mahogany.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Beautiful stuff. It's great for outdoor furniture. It's just beautiful, super stable.
It lasts longer just because it doesn't absorb the water and
It's got
takes a
some
good
traits.
stain.
It'll,
Okay. This is gorgeous. It
moisture
feels pretty
resistance.
lightweight compared to like a walnut or something, or like an alder or poplar.
Yeah, it's typically a little bit heavy, but
Okay.
this is
Or maybe
good
I'm just
size
so
chunk. I'll let go of it
strong.
and then-
Oh yeah, now we've got some weight on it. Yeah, this is gorgeous, and that's sapele. All right, I like it.
Pretty popular.
Is this guy what I think it is?
This is a CVG fir. I don't know. What do you think it is?
Well, I was gonna say pine, but it is, a Doug fir is a type of pine.
Yeah. So again, you're seeing the growth rings of the tree through the face cut. So again, it's kind of cut perpendicular to the center of the tree.
The center of the tree.
Yeah, you're seeing the growth rings. So
I like
very
it.
popular. Again, good for outdoor furniture. It's a softer wood.
Okay.
It'll still hold up to weather.
And it takes a good stain and everything else. Okay.
Yeah, typically they probably are gonna leave it clear coated. We did a big kitchen here 4 or 5 years ago before you got.
Oh, I think we have some of the samples laying around. It's beautiful. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's get into some of these really exotic ones, the ones that you don't always see everywhere.
Yeah, and there's obviously hundreds of different species. I just brought a couple.
I like it.
Goncalo alves, this stuff is, otherwise known as tiger wood. Great for decking. It's got some real wild coloring to it.
It feels pretty durable. I mean,
yeah,
all
very
hardwoods
heavy.
are, but
It's similar to like an ipe or some of those kind of woods.
Nice.
Yeah, great for it's sold a lot often in kind of a 1x6, just a decking.
Okay. All right.
So.
And what else we got?
So let's see, what do I have here? Jatoba.
Before we go on to that, before we go on to the Jatoba, where do we get this? The tiger eye. Where does tiger eye come from?
Tiger wood.
Tiger wood.
Goncalo alves. I believe,
As
I'm
in the golfer?
not an expert on these, but I believe that most of these are a South American
Okay.
type wood. So.
Not to be confused with the golfer. Tiger woods.
We've actually got a question.
Oh shoot.
Uh-oh.
So it says, super informative. Do you provide hardwood flooring, or are these woods meant for custom creations?
These are meant for furniture. We are not in flooring, so yes.
But
we
are
get a lot of
recommending.
we get a lot of call for it, but yeah, currently we do not deal with hardwood flooring. So pretty much furniture, cabinetry, that sort of things.
Custom creations.
There we go. So.
But I mean, we did suggest some options for what would look good and what would be durable on hardwood floors. Hopefully, we got that answered. All right, next guy.
So anyway, this was the Jatoba Brazilian cherry, I believe is kind of the other name for it.
Okay.
Just a nice
Heard that a couple times.
hardwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of Brazil, obviously.
I'm
No.
guessing so.
Ooh.
This one is cool. Leopard wood, lace wood.
Oh, this is beautiful.
This is similar to the quarter sawn white oak, where you're seeing these little rays. That's what all the little splotches are on.
Oh, so this is
So
again
it's kind
like
of
the
a
quarter
wild-
hind sawn, and then you get these leopard print splashes on it. And here it is actually stained up on this side, and this is very unique and gorgeous for.
Yeah, pretty wild stuff. Rarely used, but
I mean, sometimes people just don't know about it.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever
some
seen
of
it.
these exotics. We have a lot of, let's say, guitar, what are the luthiers that come in. That's use them on their necks or whatever, on the guitar necks, that sort of thing.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wild
Very
stuff.
unique. Yeah, I'd like to do some panels out of that.
What do I have here? Some bloodwood, beautiful stuff. Another just hard.
How many fingers do you think they had to lose to make this guy? You know I had to throw it in there.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, this is beautiful. All right, where does this guy come out of? More in South America?
Let's just say South America.
Awesome.
So.
Yeah.
I could be forgetting about the country of Africa and all that. But.
Okay.
Wormy maple, ambrosia maple. I should have brought a bigger chunk. This is a very popular wood right now. I believe, this is just my opinion, that it's fairly inexpensive.
Is it because it's got these wormholes in it?
I think it was.
Yep.
It's so inexpensive because it was, to me, was looked at as more of a waste product. But then somebody decided, it was beautiful, and yeah, people just absolutely love it.
It has
These
beautiful
little holes
green
are actually
streaks in
made
it.
by an ambrosia worm, which eat into the wood and creates the holes, and then obviously
The same worm that
weather
got
and all
into
that.
your ambrosia salad that your aunt used to make, and that you never wanted
Exactly.
to eat. Now you know why.
Yeah. And we have we get actually some very large timbers of this right now. We get some big boards, 20 inches, 2 inches
What types
thick.
of projects are these guys usually taking it up on?
Oh, a lot of just countertops right now for us,
That's cool.
tabletops, that sort of thing.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. How unique is that?
yeah, pretty cool stuff.
The green and the red streaks in there, you've got a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
All right. And you could fill those holes with epoxy too. Okay.
Real exotic one, Purple Heart. You can see what happens to the stuff over time. These, I don't know exactly how long this top coat has been on here,
But this is how it comes out.
you get that purple, but they all tend to fade. Most woods will over time will fade to a different tone, a darker
With
or a
air,
browner.
water, and sunlight.
Yeah, exactly. UV exposure, that sort of thing.
Do you guys see a lot of people using the Purple Heart right now, or the kind of projects they're using?
Same thing. It's more for instruments, for small projects. A lot of people are just doing cutting boards and little accent colors on some of these wildwoods. So
Do you guys have to special order any of these wildwoods, or do you guys keep them in stock?
we try to keep it in stock. It's something that when it becomes available to us, we'll pick it up and stock it. It's,
Do you guys have a bunch of stock of this leopard wood?
I would guess not a ton. Few hundred board feet.
Okay,
So,
all right. It's enough to take home.
Wingate hardwood.
We actually have a
Pretty wild.
panel over there made of the wingay.
Okay. Yeah. Beautiful
It's a
stuff.
veneered option, but
Yeah, for sure. I know they do make some man-made veneers, that look very similar to this. This is
this
true
is
piece
a solid.
of
Yeah,
wood,
this is gorgeous. Look at that. And then the lines on it. Are those pretty consistent with the type of cut this is? Is this
Yeah,
the
same,
course sawn?
very similar to like a rift sawn white oak. It's a cross section where you see the growth rings. You don't typically see it cut where you'll have the cathedraling, say, like this here is what you call cathedraling in lumber.
Okay.
You won't see wingate cut like that.
I think I was supposed to learn that last week. And it just slipped my mind.
And last but not least, a zebra wood. This is a beautiful chunk here.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Look at that. You can only imagine why they call it zebra wood, huh? Look at the cathedraling on that. And then the lines on it, too. I think that was his neck. And then those are the stripes. Probably.
Perhaps, yes.
Awesome. So you guys try to keep a good stock of all this stuff in-house. If not, they can come to you and special order it. You guys usually are allowed some deadlines on, or give them some deadlines on that. And then also we'll be able to give you quotes and everything else. But Kolby, I really appreciate your time today. Thank you. Yeah, and I appreciate you bringing such a wild selection of woods. I mean, everything from our exotic animal woods to even our Purple Hearts, and that's that. You guys, thank you so much. If there are no more questions, we'll jump off and get back to work, right? We had one. We were good.
Okay.
But thank you so much. Please join us next week for Cabinetry 101. We're going to be talking about edge banding, which is what seals our cases. And it's always good to know what's out there, the options. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.